Welcome back. Let's find out if we've got anything wrong so far. For that, we go to TV's Andy Levy. Hi, Andy.
How are you, Greg?
I'm great. Thanks for asking.
Absolutely. I'm going to get right into this speech.
Please do. Don't hold back either.
Oh, I'm not going to. Liz, you said there was nothing new in this bill that the president talked about. And Kevin, you said we're already spending money and we have nothing to show for it. I couldn't agree more with both of you. This bill is amazing. Listen to this. Small business tax cut, rebuilding America, roads, airports, schools, teachers going back to work, tax cuts for families, no more earmarks, Kevin, no more boondoggles, Liz, and it's all paid for. This is unbelievable.
Wow.
This bill is magical.
It is magical.
It's a unicorn.
No, there is serious hoodoo going on here.
I just don't see why you have to swear.
I am that excited about this bill. I'm excited about everyone going back to work, right?
Yeah, well, I'm excited. You're excited.
Apparently you don't care, but this means a lot to me.
A little nervous.
Oh, except wait. Yeah, so the AP did a quick fact check and says that Obama's claim that everything in this bill will be paid for is the opposite of accurate. Yeah.
Inaccurate?
I guess that would be right, yeah. So
I'm good at these games.
Forget everything I just said.
All right.
Okay. I can tell you why it's inaccurate, but do we care?
Can we guess?
Yeah.
All right. It's inaccurate because of he lied.
I don't like to use that word, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Basically, all federal taxes and other revenues are consumed in spending on various federal programs already. And what Obama is saying is that he's going to have this super committee find budget savings to pay for all of this, but there's no guarantee that any of this will ever happen.
All right.
Yeah. It's basically, I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a jobs bill today.
Wimpy.
Yep.
I loved him.
Yay.
Yep. Hey, Dana, were you saying that Facebook is the key to putting America back to work, or did I misunderstand that?
You misunderstood that. I was saying that Facebook, as a ridiculous company that's about to be sold to ridiculous people for $100 billion, is proof that the $2 trillion on the sidelines doesn't have to stay there, that there's a drought of ideas.
Okay. I think I was close.
You were. You always are.
Yeah. Yep. Greg, you said the speech reminded you of an ex who's trying to say all the right things to get you back, and then later you said you also thought that the president was told to kick it up a notch. I actually agree, but I thought from a delivery perspective it was really well done, and that it was much more candidate Obama in 2008 than it was President Obama.
Well, here's the thing. I think the speech itself was approximately 37 minutes.
Something like that, yeah.
Normally, he would have taken an hour to do that.
Right.
So he just sped it up. Actually, it was an hour, and they just sped it up. It was much faster.
You think he actually took an hour?
Yeah, it actually took an hour.
Okay.
But it felt like an hour.
They sped up the tape.
Yeah, they sped up the tape.
Yeah. Oh, that makes
I don't
sense.
know. You know what? I got to tell you, it seemed forced.
Really?
You know, A.O. Scott found it pedantic and overwrought.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Just wrote that.
Oh, okay.
All right, good to know. By the way, John Huntsman, who, get this, Greg, is running for president.
Yeah.
He issued a statement saying that the American people are tired of President Obama's empty rhetoric and failed policies, and a whole bunch of other things.
No.
No. GOP debate. Kevin, I agree that Michelle Bachmann lost because she didn't win.
Fair enough, yeah. I think that she's a fast-fading candidate, and she's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. Dana, you said there's no more appetite for a Texan cowboy. Do you mean among Republicans or among Americans?
Among Americans, yeah. I think Republicans hopefully won't be misguided enough to run one. I'm sure it's very appealing to some Republicans, but I think that the archetype has become a cliche.
Yeah.
Andy?
You got to give him this, though, Dana. He's doing his bit. Even though he doesn't buy the global warming thing, he's doing his bit to help combat it by getting rid of a lot of carbon-based life forms.
Yes, he is.
Bill, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm with you. I actually thought Huntsman was really good. I loved his line about wanting to sign a pledge, not to sign pledges, because I hate pledges.
The problem with Huntsman is the reason why everyone likes him is because he's not crazy. He makes sense. He's normal.
This from Bill.
Yeah.
I've been tested. The doctor pronounced me not crazy.
Also,
I have the papers.
Also, hot daughters.
Yes.
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 An amazing family.
Yep. I did think it was weird when Huntsman, when he said that line about he looks forward to negotiating with the Chinese in Chinese.
Yeah, that was a little, you know,
it was a little
ostentatious.
It was a little like Neo going, I know Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Kevin, you said Gingrich would be great if you could lock him in the basement of the White House and let him come up with his ideas. I'm guessing Newt's ego would not be a fan of that.
Probably not, and that's why Newt really can't be president, is because he doesn't live up to his own ego, and he can't plan things, and he can't execute things. He's just not a natural executive. He's a great professor, and he's a great ideas guy, and it'd be good to have him around, but it's nuts to think he would be president of the United States.
Yeah, but he doesn't strike me as a behind-the-scenes kind of guy.
No, I did. Well, I mean, in his personal life, I suppose. But that was kind of low. Sorry, but
no, it's welcome here.
Yeah.
That's behind the back, I think, is what you mean.
Well, that too. Yeah.
California considering a domestic workers' bill of rights law. Liz, you mentioned the provision that nannies will have to have 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. If this thing passes, I'm moving to California and becoming a nanny.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep.
Yeah, but Bill was making the good point. What happens during the uninterrupted hours of sleep? Where are the kids?
Who
That's
cares?
true.
Who cares?
Right?
But you know what's even better?
Who cares?
Andy, if you become a nanny,
you
could do a book, and it's called Nandy. Nanny Andy. The stories of Andy Levy.
Yeah.
Or Nandy.
That'd be
That's
worth,
what I said.
that would make it worth being a nanny. By the way, Liz, my theory is if this bill passes, it's going to disproportionately affect women in the workplace because I think, you have a lot of people have nannies because both parents work, and if they start passing this bill with all these regulations, which you need 30 minutes off, and then maybe one of the parents has to go home, and it's probably going to be the mom, the way our culture is. I think eventually some families are just going to decide they don't need the second. They would rather not have the second income, or they can't afford to have mom work and go through all this.
Yeah, I think you're right, and also we require, as we've been talking about, a backup nanny, right? Which I think is David's next book.
Yeah,
but backup nanny.
Why do liberals not want women in the workplace? This is what I don't understand.
Well, that's a question for another hour. But I'm not. Listen, California again and again does silly things like this, and it's sort of just make work. It's bureaucratic make work. I mean, they've got bigger problems. They've got a budget hole the size of Tahiti, and they've got to close it. And that's not going to do with passing nanny state laws in a nanny state.
All right. Greg, did you have something you wanted to say?
No, I was just thinking about Spider-Cat.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Go, Spidey, go. There he goes.
That was pretty cool. I missed that the first time.
I wish Spider-Cat was my nanny.
God. I'm done.
Thanks, Andy. So, how does one clean a solid gold jacuzzi? We discussed Dana Vachon's new policy paper. You don't clean it, you just buy another. But first, is Monica Lewinsky embarking on a new career? More importantly, what was her old career? That was mean.